Hello again, welcome back for our third video.
Hey guys, it's me, it's Nissa, the hypnobirthing midwife, and
Rebecca, the osteopath.
woohoo!
So,
Bit of a girl gang going on here today. It's number 3 of our series of 4 Christmas specials. What are we going to be doing today, Becky?
today we're going to talk about the diaphragm, which we love the diaphragm as osteopath. And you know, everyone's got to love their diaphragm. The diaphragm is.
Tell us for those who don't fully maybe appreciate what the diaphragm does. Maybe what's the role of the diaphragm?
Keeps you alive.
Keeps you a little roll, guys, a little bit. Okay.
Well, actually, an interesting fact is it's innervated by nerves from the neck, and there's a little thing say C3, 4, 5 keeps you alive. So basically, if you fracture your neck above the level of C3, and you're not on a life support machine,
Not great.
you die.
Yes.
I mean, it is fundamental to
Massive.
life. We can't live without our diaphragm.
And I think generally we're not particularly aware of it.
But
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's Christmas, guys. It's Christmas. It's all good. So as a hypnobirthing teacher, so I teach lots of breathing, absolutely. But I have to say, there's so much more for me to learn.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this one.
So the diaphragm separates your thoracic cavity, so this from your abdominal cavity, and it attaches 360 degrees. It's like a sort of double-domed parachute, really. So it attaches from your sternum here, around your ribs, around the back, down there, and into here. So it has attachments 360 degrees around your body.
The full shebang.
The full shebang. And we often forget actually about the back at all, on the sides. And but what I sort of want to get across is it goes all the way around. Let's learn to use it all the way around.
Amazing.
Because if you're using, I mean, Eastern philosophies, yoga, Tai Chi, all these things have understood profoundly the importance of the diaphragm for thousands of years and have exercise based on helping these move, and they understand profoundly the relationship with the viscera and the organs. So the diaphragm has attachments to virtually every organ in the body. So, and we know in pregnancy how those organs get squished and squashed and displaced, and we need optimal we need everything to move.
Capacity,
stretch, optimal
support,
capacity of those.
Absolutely.
In order to be able to adapt to the process of pregnancy and the growth of the baby. And the better the diaphragm is moving, the better those organs can move and adapt.
So basically the diaphragm is completely overlooked and we pretend it's not there. So today we're going to acknowledge the diaphragm and we're going to think about what can we do to use it, really, to stretch it.
Just one thing that is relevant for lots of us in this everyday life is that the way we sit affects how we breathe. Now, if you've come to pregnancy, so many of us now have been doing desk jobs. And we're not active, or we sit at a desk many hours a day, and we've learnt over years not to properly use the diaphragm, because if you sit down, classically at a desk like that, you can't open the diaphragm fully. It is restricted. If you do it yourself, just sit like that and try and breathe in. You can't do it with the diaphragm, so you have to do it up here. You have to breathe in up there. So you learn not to properly use the diaphragm, and then you're going into pregnancy having already learned not to properly use the diaphragm.
Absolutely. So many people are breathing from here, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to breathing
down there, exactly.
The whole thing. And I thought that I was a very good breather because I teach breathing. But actually, there's breathing, and then there's really breathing, which is what we're going to think about. So we're going to talk about
the sort of differentiations of those different things. So we'll start off differentiating a chest breath, which is what you sort of have to do when you're scrunched up, and what actually stress makes you
Absolutely.
breathe at their intents as well.
And adrenaline.
And adrenaline, exactly.
100%.
So you're going to put one hand here and one hand on your tummy. So that's our first differentiation. Just first of all, breathe and lift up your top hand. So this will be chest breath. So that is right. Now we're going to differentiate. See if we can now get not the chest breath. We're going to see if we can get the abdominal breath. So you're starting to use your diaphragm here.
Do it with us, guys. Let's do some belly breathing.
So you want to be able to get that bottom hand moving and not top hand.
That feels good.
Now we're going to take that one step further. So we were talking before that the diaphragm goes all the way around. So we're with our hand here, we can feel the front of it moving. Now we're going to go around to the sides, see if we can get the sides of it moving. So breathe in and try and push your hands out to the sides. And watch the expansion, so you can see when I breathe in how much my hands are moving out.
I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. If you kind of squeeze your ribs a bit, then you've got more to push up against, and you can really try and force your hands out. You have to work it a bit harder then. Good.
Feels good.
Yeah. Okay, so we've front, sides, and now I want to think about the back of the diaphragm. So, if you watch it, I don't know if you can see it on the video there, I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to activate the back of my diaphragm.
So you're breathing into your back.
So if you can see that at all.
You can. And what are you really aiming for there?
So what I'm aiming for is sending the breath really down my spine. So it's just sort of a little bit.
Let's zoom in, guys. We're very high tech here. We're zooming in.
So this is a little anatomical picture of the back of the diaphragm. So you can see there the domes, and you can see here the attachments. These are called the arcuate ligaments, and then these are called the crura. You can see that these attach really all the way down through the vertebrae, and the psoas, this muscle here, profoundly important muscles, the psoas. And the QL muscle, they blend in also to the back of that. And then if you come over here, you can see that the kidneys sit on top of those and under there as well. So
it's a hub, isn't it? It's a hub of...
Exactly. So what I'm doing when I've put my hand on my back is getting that movement here. And actually you can get the movement all the way down into the pelvic floor.
Amazing. So I normally teach belly breathing, but I think from now I'm going to have to start teaching back breathing.
Okay. And it's not the easiest thing to start to learn to do initially. It does take a little bit of practice because you have to really kind of train your brain a bit. But I find, like, if you sort of send the breath down the back of your throat, it kind of more easily gets it down into your back as well. And that's a sort of classic yogic type breathing, those fire breaths. Ujjayi breaths, exactly. And so there was, again, a purpose to those. So if you can make that noise in the back of your throat, you will find it gets more easily.
God, I love the fire breath. Why don't we all do it together? So if you will join me, I'm going to be doing it with you, and you can talk us through it, Rebecca. So I'm going to stand here. You tell us. And do you mind if I roll? You go ahead. Strip me off. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Right. So, I want you to first of all just see if we can just see the movement here. So first of all, just do a chest breath for me. Okay. And now I want you to do a belly breath. So getting a bit of movement already there with your belly breath, which is good. And now I want you to do a really nice deep Ujjayi breath. Really get your lovely movement through there when you do that. Let's just do that again. Ready, breathe in. You can see that massive movement through here. And again, that's really lovely. And again. Brilliant. So you see a huge movement going on through there. And I just turn around again for me. You can also think, actually, you can just face the, all good. You can think, so you've got that Ujjayi breath going all the way through there. You can put your own hand on your spine and see if you can feel it moving. You can also take that further and see, can you feel that breath coming down into your sacrum, and you can just start to visualise the breath going down to your feet. If you kind of imagine it going down that way, you'll open up and allow those pathways. And you can start getting that breath down into your pelvic floor. So you can actually imagine, let's imagine our pelvic floors with our hands. If you want to only breathe in, you want that to open and expand. And when you breathe out, and you've got a level. If you breathe like that with your pelvic floor, go into your pelvic floor, down to your feet, you're getting that connection with your pelvic floor and your breath, which is so important after pregnancy, basically.
Absolutely.
So when you're, afterwards, and lots of women are experiencing incontinence issues, stress incontinence. But if you can connect your breath with the pelvic floor, then the nervous system can react super quickly. So that when you and you can do a little cough test. It's like if you cough, you could cough and let the pressure come out down and out through your pelvic floor, and leading to leakage. Or you can cough and let everything. So actually, I'm going to roll back a little bit. You can breathe into your pelvic floor, and when you breathe out, you can feel your pelvic floor contracting back up.
I totally know what you mean.
And so then, if you did a sort of cough, you can engage. Coughing is a fast expulsion of air, right? You can, if you've already practiced at breathing out and lifting, you can cough and let everything contract in instead of everything.
Absolutely. So typically, women are taught to do their pelvic floor exercises just here, without the breath. And the key is actually by using the breath whilst doing the pelvic floor, you're engaging in such a more dynamic way.
Yeah, you're integrating it, basically. It can't work on its own, the pelvic floor. And what's happening with a lot of women, they're just being told squeeze, 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 squeeze. They end up with very fibrotic pelvic floors that are really, really tight, but they haven't got anywhere to go because they haven't been expanding or contracting. So then when they do cough or sneeze or jump on a trampoline, it's already tight. I can't squeeze it anymore because I'm already tight. Whereas if you've got a muscle that's, opening and expanding and contracting, then it can react.
So it's not all about tightening, it's about...
If it's just tight, there's nowhere else to go, and you end up with a non-functional pelvic floor.
Wow. So there's a whole school of pelvic floor thought out there, guys, and actually, that's another video that obviously we need to make. That's very, very interesting. So just to recap for the ladies, so when they're breathing, the aim, tell us the aim. So it's to breathe into the back. You want to breathe into your back. You want to imagine the breath going all the way down to your feet. Yeah. And then breathing out, letting it all sort of come back up again. So feel that, pop your hand on your back and see if you can get to feel that breath coming down. Practice that ujjayi breath. Absolutely. That's another video we have to make. Okay, there's going to be a few videos. We'll see you next time, guys, for number 4. Bye.